All right, for those in the comic book world, I got a question to ask you. Very interesting question. I will leave an article that is this question is based on, but I'd like to hear your opinion on this because a lot of people have their mixed feelings on this particular person, both good, both bad. But one thing we all know that when he's on his A game, he can write good comics. When he's not on his A game, that's a different story. And there were some things that was being said when he was trying to promote his upcoming film, which is SimCity: A Dime to Kill, and that is Captain America. So the question is, should Frank Miller, a conservative comic book legend, take a crack at our red, white, and blue hero, and that is Captain America? In that question, Miller is promoting a film, as you know, Dime to Kill, Sin City, and he was asked this. He was asked in the discussion what property he would love to tackle someday. The article goes on to say, "I get back to Captain America because I find him such a wonderful character. In addition to being a character that features virtues that many countries have either lost or misplaced it for a very long time." He continues, "I remember telling people at Marvel just a few days after 9/11 that I hope they realize what they have, and because Captain America uh, reaction to 9/11 would have been a pretty direct." Miller angered some readers when he attacked Muslim terrorists head on a story after 9/11 via the graphic novel Holy Terror. This is some of the reasons why a lot of people may or may not want him to write a property, especially something of a political property like Captain America. But I'll get to that in a minute. Marvel executive editor Tim Brazil expressed both anger and revelation about Miller's taking on the reign of the story characters. "We certainly be interested in this restricted depending on what story he wants to tell," adding, "I don't think, for example, we have gone ahead with Holy Terror as Captain America's story." So in other words, is they are interested, but it all depends on where he's going to take it, and that's where I think where he's going to have to promote himself and demonstrate that he can actually write a respectable Captain America that's not only true to what Captain America is, but will be where it's not going to offend an entire nation. Which, to be fair with the critics, they do have a point when it comes to his books, not just for what he did with Holy Terror, but how he subjects women as well as certain characters, which you can tell just by his writing he doesn't have a very strong liking for. Here's the thing, guys. There's two coins to say about this. Let's go straight up and down with this. Why, on one hand, he may actually do good. He had written good stories before. He had written very powerful, very thought-provoking stories before. I don't know what happened between the stories that he have done afterward. There's definitely something there when it comes to objectifying women, as well as just basically just going all crazy and unorganized with some of his storyline writing. Is it because he's trying to send a political message? Because keep in mind he is a conservative writer, after all, or is it something more that he wants to do? It's basically having too much power. I can tell you right now, he's not going to have too much power with Captain America. Marvel will not have that, and that's something that I think that may actually work to his favor to a certain degree, because he's not going to have that power to do everything he wants. There's going to be editors there who's going to say, no, this is not going to work, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that, and there are going to be people who are going to keep that chain saying, if you don't write it the right way, we're going to get somebody else, because we cannot have Captain America do this, and at the same time, we cannot have you to offend a whole nation because you feel that they are a certain way. And that's the thing that in terms of his way he is being presented now, that I think we have to actually look at, both the good and the bad. To me, I see him as a good comic book author. Um, you cannot deny some of the good stuff he has done, especially for the Batman franchise. He had brought a darker tone to the franchise that a lot of people haven't realized or yet to realize. Just read The Dark Knight Returns and you understand fully what he is. And SimCity, for the most part, is a good series. I actually like the SimCity. I actually liked how they projected the movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing this movie that's going to come out later on during the summer. So there's not like he have done all bad. There's a lot of good things he have done good. So I'm very open-minded to what he's done. At the same time, when you see Captain America and you see his comics, you have to worry that he is going to actually give justice to the hero that a lot of people love and respect, and B, is he not going to go overboard by stereotyping a group of people, particularly Muslims, because he feels that's how they should be treated, and that's a big step. So it's more than just him just writing a comic. It's him finding that fine line and basically, yeah, I'm gonna say it, being politically correct about things. Because the one thing you don't want to do is make it plainly obvious who you're targeting. So there's a lot of stuff to be had here. At the same time, I'm keeping an open mind. If Marvel decides to do it, which they said they're interested, then that's fine. I'm not gonna go screaming to the hells, demanding his head to be chopped off. That's not what I'm looking for. What I am concerned is how much power he really gonna have, because I don't think he will actually really take Captain America if there are a bunch of editors breathing down his throat saying, no, you can't do this, you can't do that, you gotta change this, you can't write about that, it's too offensive, you have to do this, no, you have to add this. It's already been a stranglehold with creators, conflicting with editors. I don't think Frank Miller is the type of person who wants editors to tell him how he should write his stories. And if that's the case, and if Marvel's going to keep a tight leash on him, maybe it's not the best idea to write a Captain America storyline under those circumstances. But I may be wrong. You guys may think I'm over exaggerating. You guys may think that he's not the right man for the job. Or you guys may think this is a perfect opportunity for Frank Miller to show what he can really do when he's actually put on, have someone breathing down his back. So I'd like to hear your opinion on this, especially since this is some interesting news that I have came across. This article was written about a week ago, but it is something that is a fascinating article. I was going to talk about it sooner if it wasn't for the fact I lost my voice. But the article is done by Christian Tutu, that's his name, T-O-T-O, and I will leave a link below so you guys can read it for yourself and come up with your own conclusions. But until then, this is J77 saying, take care, be safe, and I'll talk to you soon.